And then there's me, mouth dropping to the floor, watching just this sparkling goddess walk past me. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Neon Angelus. Today I will be taking you on a journey on how I was this celebrity's secret Valentine in the year of 2010. With Valentine's Day being and gone, I thought I would jump, if not late, onto the Valentine's Day clout train, because this wasn't just your run-of-the-mill local celebrity. This was the world's biggest pop star that I handed a letter to, which I was confessing a love for a celebrity that wasn't them. Okay, before we jump into today's video, please like and subscribe and click the notification bell so you know whenever I upload. Let's just dive straight into the video. So the year was 2010. Taylor Swift was making her rounds on the Fearless World Tour. Disclaimer, this is not a Taylor Swift channel. This is just a really funny story that happens to be on Valentine's Day, and I didn't think this out very well. So you get 2 Taylor Swift videos in a row. Aren't you lucky? So Taylor Swift was making the rounds on her Fearless World Tour, and my friends and I were unsuccessful in getting tickets for her show. So my friend had the grand idea on, why don't we just hunt her down and meet her? So in my city of Adelaide, there were at the time 2 hotels that celebrities were more than likely going to stay at. And one of them was extremely close to my school, so we decided, let's check out that one first. So we made our way to the first hotel and we met the first doorman, and he was really nice. However, he had no idea who Taylor Swift was. At the time, only Fearless had really been Taylor Swift's biggest album, but still, like, You Belong With Me and Love Story were top hits in our country. It's like, sir, how can you not know who Taylor Swift is? Where have you been? So we thought, okay, if they don't know if she's at this hotel, we'll go to the other one on the other side of the city. And this hotel is sort of the fancier hotel in the city. However, when we got there, we were rudely kicked out and told even if Taylor Swift was staying there, they wouldn't tell us, which, look, looking back, fair enough. At the time, we were just 2 15-year-old girls wanting to meet our idol. We thought that was pretty rude. We exited the hotel and we were talking quite loudly about how annoyed and rather peeved we were on how the hotel had treated us. This really nice man approached us after he heard us complaining about this hotel and was like, hey, if you guys are trying to find Taylor Swift, I know exactly where you'll find her. She's staying at the other hotel. Legend. Legend. You, sir, legend. After this legend had told us where he had met Taylor Swift, we alerted our other friend to our little scheme, and she was in. So as we're making our way back to the first hotel, we come across another gentleman who would be Adelaide's only lone paparazzi person. He also confirmed that Taylor Swift was staying at this hotel, so this paparazzi guy does come into play later on. So we went into a little central market that is on the side of the hotel that Taylor Swift was staying in, and we came across a stationery store that is one of my favorites, and I have no idea if it's still there. I really hope it is, because I need to get some more stationery, because you can never have enough stationery. So I was a bit of a broke teen, so my friend and I were trying to find the cheapest thing that we could get her. Thankfully, Valentine's Day was 2 days away and they were selling roses that were on the cheap and they were plastic. So we were like, perfect, she'll keep it forever. So after we bought her the rose, we caught up with our other friend just outside of the hotel. And then we thought, now we need to give her something with the rose. Yes, a letter. This letter has kind of haunted me since I wrote it. At the time, I was deeply and madly in love with the Sprouse twins. I had them covered all over my wall, all over my school supplies, everything. I was obsessed. I was obsessed with the Sprouse twins. So I thought, why don't I tell the world's biggest pop star that I'm in love with Cole Sprouse? That's a smart idea. At the time, she wasn't the world's biggest pop star. She was just up and coming Taylor Swift. In this letter that I gave to Taylor Swift, I was writing about how much I was in love with Cole Sprouse and how much I really wanted to meet him and if she could hook a girl up. I also added I wanted to be best friends with Selena Gomez. This was during the whole Selena Demi friendship split as well. So that was also a pretty controversial thing to put into that letter, but you know, a gal can dream. As I'm writing a letter that I will give to Taylor Swift, none other than the T-Swizzle herself walks past us. Her mum was an absolute gem. Taylor was on the phone when she was walking past, so she didn't really get to speak to us. She just kind of went. But Taylor's mum actually was like, "Hi girls," and was extremely enthusiastic to see us, and it was as if we were there for them. It was very thrilling. I just wish I took more hold of the situation, because as they're walking past, my two friends react as a normal human being would, and then there's me, mouth dropping to the floor, watching just this sparkling goddess walk past me. Words unaudible as Taylor Swift's mum is saying hello to us. Just Taylor Swift. I was so starstruck, I thought I was going to faint. I thought I was going to collapse right there. I didn't know what to do. I had just seen Taylor Swift in the goddamn flesh. So unfortunately at the time they couldn't stay to chat because, like I said, Taylor was on the phone and they seemed to be in a rush to get back into the hotel room because Taylor had a concert that night. So they went inside into the hotel for Taylor to get ready for her concert, and because we now had connections, we were allowed to stay in the hotel lobby to wait for her. So, shaken like a damn chihuahua, we waited in the hotel lobby for about an hour, and at that time about 10 other people had found out where she was and had gathered around. An hour later, Taylor comes out from the elevator, and this girl is tall. I mean, I'm a pretty short person, I'm about 5'6", but Taylor is like... You can see the height difference, hey? She was wearing flats too. She was tall, and she smelled goddamn fine. And she was just, basically, the song hadn't come out yet, but if there was a soundtrack for that meeting of me with Taylor Swift, it was Enchanted. I was enchanted to meet you, Taylor Swift. I was enchanted to meet you, ooh, ooh, ooh. But does the cringiness stop there? I don't know. Because I love to make myself suffer, I recorded the whole encounter of me meeting with Taylor Swift. And I'm going to play it for you right now. Enjoy.
I like your dress.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor.
Sorry, I was so starstruck before.
It's okay.
We just missed out on your tickets.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd
We're
go
so
to
sad.
meet you instead.
First of all, I sound like a damn chipmunk. Second of all, why I recorded that, I don't know, but I'm also glad I kind of did so I can use it to embarrass myself on the internet for clout. Works out in the end. I have been holding on to this audio for 11 years, just sitting there on a hard drive. I can put it to use now. Yeah. I also obviously handed Taylor the letter confessing my love for Cole Sprouse to her. That was the ending of us actually physically meeting Taylor Swift, and I also had her sign my school diary, which is also pretty cool. I still hold on to that. It's a treasure. Definitely was something that I paraded around at my school a lot. So remember that paparazzi gentleman I spoke about earlier? He comes back into play. After a couple of weeks had gone after we had met Taylor Swift, the friend who I bought the rose with happened to come across a news article from the Daily Mail. And this was an extremely eye-opening experience to just how much the media can manipulate a photo. As Taylor Swift was walking out of the hotel, we all had to stay in the hotel. As she was walking to the car that was waiting for her to go to her concert, she was holding the rose and the letter that I gave her. As she's holding the rose in her hand and walking out of the hotel by herself with her mum, Adelaide's lone paparazzi man snaps a photo. He sold it to the Daily Mail, and the Daily Mail wrote an article about it. That rose was from 3 awkward 15-year-olds. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that I can tell people that I was one of Taylor Swift's secret Valentines on that day. However, 3 awkward 15-year-olds gave Taylor Swift this rose and all of a sudden they're now Taylor Swift's secret Valentine. Okay. Alright. So that is the story on how I handed Taylor Swift a rose and a letter confessing my love for Cole Sprouse, and it ended up on the Daily Mail. It's my only claim to fame. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way through to the end, you are a legend. And if you also really enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe. It won't cost you anything, and you'll be notified whenever I upload, which is once a week, every Thursday. Makes your Thursday a little bit brighter. It's worth a shot. Give it a go. See how you like it. Anyway, I will see you next Thursday in another video that will not be dedicated to Taylor Swift. It'll be something not Taylor Swift related. Something different. I'll see you next week. See ya. Please like and subscribe.